We're back. Hey, girl. Welcome to episode 12 of Girl Please. I know y'all love us, okay? Get in the comments, like,
Mhm,
subscribe, all the things on
mhm,
YouTube. Tell us what you want to hear from us. This week, honey, we have so much to talk about, okay? We're talking about everything from Andre 3K to our girl Shiona Tarini Babes to Haider Ackermann. Like, baby, let's just get into it, okay?
Well, there's a little T at the end too.
Ooh, and honey, well, before we get into it, honey, I'm Daisha, your favorite brand strategist, crafting experiences and cultivating culture. And you are friend.
Yes, she is. And I'm your resident personal stylist, helping you embody your visions to live an impeccable life.
Come on, honey, because she's getting my life together. Thank you. I love to see it, honey. And the blue, yes, the Hampton blue. Shout out to Hampton.
Thank you. Shout out to the Hampton Grows.
Yes, razzling and dazzling. I love it. So, yes, friends. So, let's get into it this week. So,
Oh,
I was able to sit on a panel at ProCon
oh,
this.
and hold on. Clap it up for that.
Yes, thank
Miss
you.
Mamas is on panels and stages.
I'll call her a public speaker.
Okay, we are elevating. Okay, we are talking to the people and
Okay,
teaching them things.
okay, specialties. Listen.
Period.
So I was at ProCon, which was shout out
Okay.
to Keisha Brewer. She's the
Okay.
creator of the conference. It's all things PR, marketing, comms. Oh my
Hmm.
gosh, it was so amazing. Yvette Noel Shore was there. They
Okay.
honored her. She spoke on a panel. I mean, she honestly, let me find out if we can get Miss Yvette on here because baby, she my kind of girl, honey. She was up there winding it up, and I liked it. I loved it. I
You
was looking.
winding it up. Yes, we love a girl that'll cut a rug now.
Okay. But yes, so basically my panel was about how do you find your niche in communications as a
Mhm.
multi-passionate person? And I'm sure you guys have seen, honey, my passions run deep. So
Okay.
it was just a really great conversation, and I really feel like all of the guys and gals that were there um, loved the session because I think so many people identify with that, right? Especially in today's time, and it's as a
Yeah.
creative too. Like
All
we
right.
don't just like one thing. Like
No,
I
we
don't know
love
many
them
people,
all.
right? We love them all, right? And
Yeah.
so it was a great opportunity for me to just talk about my journey and
Mhm.
how I found my sub niches,
Oh,
under
okay. So y'all got into the things.
honey, it was a 50-minute conversation. So yes, we did get in
Hey.
did get into the things, but I thought it was just cool because recently I read this article about Malcolm Jenkins.
Okay.
You know who he is, friend?
Tell us about
Okay.
Malcolm Jenkins.
So Malcolm Jenkins is an ex NFL player and now
Hmm.
he's turned art collector. And art
Okay.
is one of my things.
Yes. A
So
black man in art. We love to see it.
listen, that's always my favorite thing. Black men in anything, as y'all know, is my favorite thing.
Except short sets. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, so I thought it was just cool because again, that's a clear example of being a multi-hyphenate,
Yeah.
multi-passionate person and
Yeah.
really letting it spearhead you into a new division in life and a new
Yeah.
career and all
Yeah.
the things. So I thought that was just so cool. I loved it.
Yeah. Expanding the lanes. You know what I mean? Like not being afraid to try something and find out you're going to be successful in more ways than you could have ever imagined before you tried. So I
Exactly.
do love that.
Love that for him. And if you guys don't know who he is, you should really look into it. And if you're into art, it's great. And
Yeah.
especially for me, like I think it's so wonderful to see black faces in the
Yes.
art world because it's often a community that has been gatekept from people of color and
Yeah.
black and brown folks. So to see more of us getting into
Yeah.
the space, I love, love, love that. And just speaking about that, honey, I should have
Oh,
grabbed it for y'all because I bought the cover of Aurora James on AD.
uh,
Love it. Another person that's
so does
multi-passionate.
she have a is hers like on YouTube? Like can we see
You
her
know what? I
cover?
think that it is. I saw
Okay.
it on social because
Okay.
obviously they did that social clip that they always do.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, But we're going to spin the block on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's in the block because we love a good AD tour now.
Yes, because so the beautiful thing about her cover is that she's sitting in her home that she designed for over, I believe she said like maybe 5 years or so.
Okay.
And she's sitting in the kitchen, beautiful kitchen, floor to ceiling windows.
Yes.
And she talks about how she painted the walls herself. And,
Okay. DIY girly.
and that, again, it's just like, having those multi passions and really
Yeah.
utilizing them within, whatever space in your life was
Yeah.
what I talked about on the panel. And sometimes it doesn't have to be within your career. It can just be in your day to day things that you enjoy. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, it's so crazy. I found all these things for in this week after, being on that panel, and it just felt like
Well,
alignment.
we love those synergies, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Alignment. Like we're manifesting and we are seeing all the things in our journey, like we talk about all the time. Like
Yes.
speak them into your existence and they will be so.
Okay. And I hope y'all heard that, okay? Because that was a word. Speak them
Speak
into
it into
existence.
existence.
Let's take a moment.
Speak
Yeah,
it into existence and it will be so.
absolutely. So on that note, kudos to all the multi-hyphenates out there, multi-passionates out there. Want to shout out Andre 3000 because he has a new album coming out. Another person. Come
No,
on, you go.
it's out. It's out. It's
Oh,
out.
it's out now? Oh, I didn't hear it yet.
Album, the Blue Sun album with all the flutes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, what he
There was another one that was dropping.
so what he did was he did like a fully immersive virtually like
Oh,
listening
experience.
experience
Yeah.
for fans.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, and so he like released that I want to say last week. First of all, you heard the album, right?
Yes. Loved it. I love
I
him.
never like I was in the band. I was in high school all my whole school career before college.
Hmm.
Marching, concert, jazz band. I was in choir. I was in the court. Like she's a musician,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I have a huge, deep love for flautists, flute
Yeah.
players.
Right.
But I've never experienced the
Really
flute
like that.
like this.
Yeah. I know.
And I guess maybe I don't know because I know I always loved like the flute and the piccolo and the band because you can always hear it above the band. You just have
Yeah.
that ear, like you just
Right.
them and the French horn.
Oh, I
And
love
so for him to do that in this like jazzy contemporary, I don't even know like what even is the genre. It doesn't even matter.
it. Literally, but that I just love that you said what is the genre, right? Because
Yeah,
it can live across genres, and it just
yeah,
goes back to that, multi-dimensional
exactly.
person and creative. And he really, I mean, I could name 5 folks off the top of my head that just
Yeah,
really exemplify that, and he's one of those folks.
yeah.
And yeah, that's just amazing. He actually is so funny. He had a concert here over the summer
Okay,
where he was he popped up at a festival
girl,
where
because he will pop up.
honey, yes, and play the flute. And it was just so amazing because I didn't think, it would have the turnout that it did
Yeah,
because obviously so many people know him for being an outcast and
yeah,
they haven't, not everyone, but some people haven't accepted, him in his other facets, right?
right.
But it was just so beautiful to see the large crowd that came there to
Yeah,
watch him play the flute because baby, he did nothing from Outcast, okay? He
no.
was just playing the flute. So it was just a great moment. And I'm a stan.
Yeah, I mean, and kudos to him for just being so authentic to the
Mhm.
point where people just love you for you and
Yeah,
just want to see you doing whatever it is you do.
exactly.
Goes to your
Right?
point of being this multi-passionate individual,
Mhm.
authentically, like these are all of your interests, all of your passions are a part of you, and you have something to say in whatever medium you choose.
People are listening.
People are
Yeah,
listening, they want to hear, and they'll at least give you a chance because they know when you're doing it,
exactly. It
something's
has
going to come
to,
from it.
right, exactly. And I love that. And that's just I love that I found that lane,
Yes.
later in life. It's just like it's okay to have all these hyphens and commas, okay?
Yeah.
That
Nobody
and
box you in, girl.
okay, at all. And that's, I talked about that too. So if you were at ProCon,
Yeah.
drop it in the comments and tell us what you thought about the conversation. If you
Yes.
got something out of it, hope you did.
That'd
But
be so dope if somebody in our audience was actually at ProCon.
yes, I know. I would, oh my God, I would gag.
Yeah.
And speaking of, I just want to shout out, it was a 12-year-old girl from Ghana who is the youngest TV host in Ghana. I literally was brought to tears. She interviewed me after, and I was just like, oh my gosh. But I just love that, right? Like seeing the next generation
Yeah.
of young Black women in the media space. And I
Yeah.
literally told her, I was like, you are the reason why I work so hard and do all the
Aw.
things, and explore all the things,
Yeah.
to show her, to have representation that you can be all of that.
I can see this for you. You are just a glowing.
Maybe it's the ring light. Look, and
It's the moonlight and it's the melanin.
it's God. Okay.
You all up through. But I'm so excited for you. Like, I
Yeah.
can't wait to see you on the stage.
Yeah.
I just think that
Yeah.
the world, like, you're just about to be on top of the world.
Don't bring me to tears.
Okay, girl. Well, let's not, because your makeup is so pretty.
Yes, but yeah, friends. So let us know in the comments how you all feel about that. What's your passions? What are you loving right
Yeah.
now? What is something that is outside of your norm? Like, what do
Ooh.
what's the things? What's something that is different that people wouldn't know about you? We want to know
Yeah.
about it. So drop it in the comments. So friend, let's get into Haider Ackerman. I can't
Haider Ackerman, yes.
Ackerman.
So
Yes.
you all were with us last time. We had some Tom Ford tea and the
Yes.
uncoupling of the brand with Peter Hawkins, who was the creative director for 17 minutes. Well, they have finally replaced him, and the fashion girls are excited. This is a good one. This was some good news. For
Yes.
those of you that don't know, Haider Ackerman has been named the next creative director of Tom Ford. And honestly, I couldn't think of a more perfect
Perfect.
fit for that brand. I mean, he's known for his tailoring.
Yes.
He's known for just being super sensual and sexy in a way that is unique to him, but I think will translate in Tom Ford.
Mhm.
Yeah, he is very good with men's and women's wear. Tom took the time out to note that publicly. What did he say? He said, I find both his women's wear and men's wear equally compelling.
I love the word.
Okay. No, but I love Tom Ford. He is a catty
Equally.
little queen. You hear me? Like, I love me some Tom Ford.
Me too. Okay.
But I also love me some Haider Ackerman. For those of you that aren't familiar, shame on you. But he is a Colombian French designer. He
Mhm.
has his own brand.
Yes.
He was the creative director of Berluti. I mean, all the men of value have a suit of Berluti in their closet, okay? But he introduced women's wear to Berluti, and I think
Mhm.
that this is what really compelled Tom to say, "Oh, you the one, girl.
Absolutely.
You're the one, girl."
You know,
Like,
should this episode be called multi-passionate? Because look at all these
yes, I
on.
think so.
Wow. Yes.
So I'm excited. We're excited to see. He is a designer's designer, as all of the publications are printing, and that is nothing but the truth. I mean, it was rumored that Karl Lagerfeld wanted him to succeed him, but then we saw the debacle that was Virginie Viard, which is another note to all the girls out there: go with your first mind, girl. Okay. But
Okay.
also, what's for you is for you,
Mhm.
because Tom Ford seems like a fit, baby.
Oh, definitely.
What are your thoughts?
Seems
What do you
like
think? Are you
the
excited?
Oh, very excited. I definitely think it's a perfect marriage. And I
Yes.
love the cosign from Tom. Like I think that was
That's
just
the icing on the cake.
that's the icing on
It's gonna be at the first show too, so
the oh my gosh.
it'll be
And
more
how,
exciting.
and what's a better cosign than that? Than to have the
Not one.
founder of the brand, one
I
just
made this.
yes, I made this. I'm co-signing you. I'm
Yeah.
known for meticulous, you know, what's the word?
But he's known for a lot of things. Like, he's
Yes,
known for
but his craftsmanship, you know, just
Oh, yes, his
yes, his
tailoring, his
tailoring, like, so
sexuality.
to basically co-sign someone to say, like, you know, he's a talented craftsman and all these
Yes.
things, like that goes a long way. And so
And
I
what I love
actually
most
very
about
excited.
that too, oh, I didn't mean to cut you off, girl.
Oh, no, you're fine. And I was just gonna say I like Ackerman in general. So
Yeah, for sure. He's definitely one of my faves. And what
right.
I love most about this is he's Tom's peer. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
he's his peer. Like
And
this
that's
is
so
not,
perfect.
you know what I mean? Like that is,
Right.
it's just too
Right.
perfect. It's just too perfect. And I can't wait to see what Tilda Swinton wears because you know I love her in
Yes.
some Haider Ackerman. Okay? So we'll see. Speaking of recent appointments, Claire Wait Keller, who was already doing some things at Uniqlo. She now is the creative director, so she's overseeing men's and women's.
Right.
And speaking of a lower end brand that just gives you some really good staple
Peace.
basics for your closet. I mean, the heat tech alone, I love their t-shirts. Like
Yeah. Hmm.
Uniqlo me, please, like immediately.
The biker shorts, like, yeah, it's
Yes.
good.
They
Mhm.
always have a good little, just a good little jacket too.
Yes.
You know
Mhm.
what I mean? We love
Absolutely.
Uniqlo. And for those of you that aren't familiar, Claire was the creative director over at Givenchy.
Mhm.
And she had a stint at Chloe as well. So she is another legendary designer out there. And we love to see the women elevating.
Eh, okay. Yes, we love that. We love that.
And then they say that Simone Port Jacquemus is y'all know I'm a little extra. But apparently he is a front runner for the Chanel opening, according to Lauren Sherman, who writes the line sheet over there at Puck, her newsletter. She is a legendary fashion journalist too. If you guys aren't
Mhm.
familiar with Lauren, go ahead and get you a little sub. But she's reporting this. And I guess maybe Tom Brown is also in the running, and Peter Moulier, who's over at Alaya.
That's interesting.
We'll see. They're
Yeah.
thinking that Simon is probably the decision that makes the most sense, I guess, because
Yeah.
he's got his very successful brand. I like to say Jacques Mousse to me is kind of like the fashion girl starter pack, if you will, in the most respectful way possible. I mean, it's a great price point. They
Right.
got they run the gamut of, collaborations. They did the Nike collaboration. They have the very popular bags and
Right.
shoes. They have really interesting shapes over there. I mean, I don't know. I don't think everybody can really fit the Jacques Mousse. But if you can, girl, a cute
Yeah.
little get.
Yes. And they do marketing really well too. You
Yeah.
have
Remember
that.
what was it, the little Jacques Mousse bag
That
card?
was like it was like a train. They had like
Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. They
that's
got
super
a lot
cool.
of money over there, girl.
Yeah, and they did, I think, too, for the US Open one year. They did something where it looked like a big tennis ball dome thing.
Okay,
I don't know
okay.
if I'm remembering the right
I don't
event,
really remember
but
that
I'm
one.
seeing the dome and it was white and it had
Yeah.
Jacquemus.
And
It
they
was
always have very elaborate shows, which is another staple of Chanel. So he is familiar with the showmanship and the performance of it all. But
yeah. To
like,
me, he would make the most sense out of the others that you mentioned. But
no, because I would be interested to see Tom Brown.
yes, wait, I forgot we mentioned that. Yes, I would be
Yeah.
interested in seeing Tom Brown. Yes.
I
Yeah.
would really like to see a Tom Brown over at Chanel. But
Mhm.
also we love Tom Brown, just at Tom
As Tom Brown.
Brown.
Exactly. Yeah.
um,
But
but
no, that I take that back because that to me in my head would kind of make the most sense.
but
To
I'm not saying that Simon doesn't make sense.
yeah,
I
no,
think
but
he plays
what I
to
would
a
want to
younger
see,
audience too, but I think you and
yeah,
I are more aligned on
yeah.
design
I
wise
think,
what we would like to
I think it depends on what they're going for, right? Like how you just
yeah.
said, if they're trying to target the new luxury consumer and, maybe expanding some of those marketing
Yeah.
efforts and things see
And
more.
giving some new types of talent a chance, which we
Yeah,
are
and I love that.
champions.
But I think like, he's doing very well at his own brand, and he's really crafting that and
Yeah.
shaping that. Like, I would love to see more of what he does there. Not saying that he has to leave it, right? But now
No,
you'd
but
have
I
to
don't
be
think that
there,
he would leave it. Yeah.
split your time, and it's like, you
Yeah.
know,
No, I get you. Yeah. I mean, we've seen time and time again the juggling of multiple big name, brands,
right.
how burnout can set in, how,
Well,
you can just be spread really
one
thin.
is
And
can
that's a lot
follow
of
too,
shows
you
that
know?
you got to do. But
Exactly.
who knows? Maybe he's training for that. We'll keep you posted. This is all alleged. So we don't know nothing and we ain't told you nothing.
Exactly. But hopefully by next week we'll have an update.
Yeah. And then just lastly, Stefano Pilati, he has a co-ed capsule at Zara, which is supposed to be like a translation of his personal style into a capsule of 50 looks for men, 30 looks for women, bags and shoes, and a campaign shot by Mizell. What is Stefano Pilati's personal style?
I was going to ask you as the stylist.
Okay. Well, I do know that I love his Random Identities brand. They have some, some just basic staples over there. And it's gender fluid.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I think of it.
Okay. Well,
But I'm interested to see, the gender fluid of it all. Will it truly be gender fluid? Um,
I mean, when it
how
comes
will
to gender
that,
fluid,
but how
the
will that take
neutral
shape
color
in a new,
palette
right?
and
And that's what I mean. Like, how will that take shape in a new way, right? Like, are we going to see something different than what we've seen in the past when folks do gender fluid collections?
I mean, not for nothing in terms of what he's got going on at Zara. I mean, it's gonna just be some commercial stuff that anybody and
Mm.
everybody can buy because
Well,
that's
shout
the
out
name
to
of
him
the game with fast fashion.
and his check that he got. But
And I
okay.
mean that's on period. So everybody get your check cut, and that's really just where we sit with that.
Okay, okay, girl. But listen, side note,
Okay.
you see Solange in the Wells Bonner ads.
Of course I did.
Oh my
Did you ask me? Did I see Solange?
I mean, I know you did, but like, did you see it, girl? Like, oh,
Love seeing Solange. Okay.
honey, yeah, honey, I love seeing that, and I also love seeing Precious Lee on the cover of Elle because,
Yes.
yes, ma'am. I feel like
Just
we talk about
yes,
her every
ma'am, for
week. I
Precious.
just love Precious. It's her moment. It's
Yeah,
her
yeah, yeah. Supermodel extraordinaire.
winning season. Come on, Precious girl.
Yeah.
And then, my favorite Hampton girl, okay?
Mm.
Shiona Tarini
Oh,
won
period.
Harlem Fashion Rose Stylist of the Year because, I mean, who else?
As she should be,
But,
because
I mean,
duh.
no one else. I
I'm
could go on
sorry
about
she ate down and but no. It was nobody but Shiona.
no one but Shiona. So
It literally was nobody but Shiona.
ever for me. But
Ever
yes.
for me, but also specifically of the year. Like when you talk about of
Oh,
the year,
absolutely. Yeah, there no competition there. None. And friends, as we're gearing up for Fashion Week, would love to hear in the comments, what do you want to see from us? What do you want us to
no.
talk about? Okay, because we're coming with the content, we're coming with the heat. And if you're not in New York and you still want to get involved in Fashion Week, the CFDA is streaming Fashion Week, some select shows at the Rockefeller Center.
Oh
So
yeah. Yep.
make sure you tune in, go on CFDA, and you'll be able to see some select shows. So that's exciting.
Yeah, get in the comments. Let us know what types of content you would like to see for Fashion Week. We do have some things in store for you, but we would love to be engaging with
Yeah,
you all.
maybe it's a community.
And
And
also, while we're on that note, shout out to all of our subscribers. I mean,
absolutely.
y'all coming in, girl.
Yes, and our followers on Instagram, honey. Come on.
Period.
Love it.
And we're seeing
Hey,
all the likes go up.
uh,
Now your next assignment is to comment.
comment. Say what you have to say because we gonna talk back. Okay.
And we talk nice.
Okay. And honey, but lastly, oh, listen. Did you see? I feel like, side note, I feel like we talk about Perfect Magazine every week. I mean, they've been our changing the game because this week, Tiana Taylor was on the cover of issue 7, and honey.
And I have something to tell you. I'm also on the cover of issue 7 of Wait,
I
don't
didn't
you
know.
have a cover too? I feel like everybody is on the cover
Listen, I
of
didn't get that cover yet.
issue 7 Perfect Magazine.
Listen, issue 7 Perfect Magazine. Let me know where to sign up because I'm ready.
Period.
Honey, I'm ready for my cover, but
I'm ready for my close-up Perfect Magazine.
ready. But speaking of close-ups and someone who was ready,
Ooh.
our girl Yes of the Week, babes. Let's
Oh.
do it, okay? We love it.
Besides the fact that she's the girl yes of every week,
week.
honestly,
Yes.
but okay.
Right. Well, Miss Amanda Murray,
Yes.
aka London Girl in
NYC.
said, baby, let me show y'all that I'm a real fashion girl, babes. And in honor of the moment with Haider Ackermann and Tom Ford, she pulled out her throwback photo of her in her Haider Ackermann.
And
Okay,
I remember back in the day when I wore this to a doctor's appointment.
baby, I want to wake up and go to the doctor's and the grocery store in my Haider as well.
I
So
also want to wake up and go in my archive and be able to pull up any designer that you all are talking about any day. And like, oh,
okay.
that? Yeah. This
Yep,
is you and
I
that.
was going to Target.
Yeah. And it was a slight day. I put it on with some Levi's.
Yes.
She is, I cannot, I don't even really have any word. Like
I know it.
It's like you already know how it goes with her. She is that Black girl that we always wanted to see in fashion, to be the fashion girl
Right.
that we love like this.
Exactly. Yeah.
She's everything. Like no, she's just, she has her own, nobody can dress like her. Like she's like,
I just love it. I'm obsessed. I love
she's an icon. She's a legend. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what to say.
the words are not there because it's just so iconic, so legendary, so everything. I just kudos to her.
Kudos
Shout
to her. Kudos to that style. Please,
Yes.
please, 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 please always give us pictures, give us more. Like, you are so inspired. Like, I don't think I've ever made a mood board genuinely and you weren't on it. Like, I'm
on everybody's mood board.
Yeah. You are the mood. Like, if
Be
you
a
look in the
fashion girl
dictionary
without having her on the mood board.
for the definition of mood board, it's your picture.
Right there.
It's your picture.
Next to it.
You did that.
Okay.
And she's also like truly behind the scenes too. In just that tradition. She's like really the last of a dying breed.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just learned so much from her, but she's kind of elusive a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like accessible, but like a little bit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's like the perfect combination of the two, you know?
Yeah.
I love that.
I don't know. We'll hop up off right now. But Amanda girl.
Girl, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, girl, it's our favorite time of
the girl.
Honey, it's girl please time.
But
Okay.
do they know that though?
Honey, I hope they do. Because that's what we all gathered here for is events. Girl, please. Please.
Let's just get into the girl please.
Let's get into it. So Miss Felicia Hatcher, CEO of the Black Ambition Prize. If you guys don't know what that is, Pharrell started the Black Ambition Prize to fund emerging brands.
Okay.
This is CEO. She was handpicked, babe.
Oh yes, I remember. Okay, yes.
Pharrell. Yes. Yes, she's that girl. Okay. And she talked about recently how Black people are underfunded. Yes, because cut the Black girls their check and over mentored. And the beautiful thing about Felicia, though, which I have to, you can't talk about her without talking about this part, is her journey as an entrepreneur herself.
Yeah.
So the things that she's talking about, she's experienced them in real time. It's not just her being someone who's, a business leader and seeing it from that lens. No, she been in the mud, in the paint.
No, she didn't do that.
And so she talked about in this video how she's even had mentors that would have great contacts at huge companies that could help with funding.
Yeah.
And they would just be like, oh, great, send it to them. And she's like, baby, make the introduction. Like,
No, they don't like to do that.
so she's trying to change that, right? You
Mhm.
know, and trying to speak on it more. And obviously, we talk about this a lot on Girl Please
Yeah.
about the underfunding that Black brands receive. And but I thought that this
Yeah.
was interesting to hear about also the we're being over mentored, which I can agree, because what's the
Yeah.
point of us having mentors if you're not going to bridge the gap? You know, if you're not
Yeah.
going to support and help us or meet us where we are to get to the next level.
Well,
I
and
don't
we
really
talked
need
about this last week too, with just Theophilio coming back to
right.
Fashion
Right.
Week
Yes, we
and
did. We
being
did.
a part of the CFDA incubator, and just kind of how that may or may not have affected his business financially. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? Like, yeah, I absolutely agree that we are detrimentally over mentored, because I
Absolutely.
think the definition of mentor has been lost, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's only so much a mentor can provide you
Right.
when you're building a business. Like, oftentimes you're building something that does not exist or has
Mm-hmm.
not existed in the way that you're trying to create it. And so
Right.
that person might not necessarily have the type of experience needed, but they may be resource rich, or they may
Exactly.
be very intelligent in an aspect that is important, which is typically business,
Yeah.
or financially, like helping you structure your books, or
Mm-hmm.
telling
Mm-hmm.
you what types of accounts to have, helping you with
Mm-hmm.
pricing, like these types of things on
Yeah.
the business end. But they're not always helping you build your business. I mean, you have mentors, I have mentors. My
Right.
mentor knows nothing about fashion. I've
Yeah.
also had my mentor since college.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So he is somebody, and shout out to Ramon. I love you so much.
Mm-hmm.
But Ramon is somebody who I know at the end of the day, he's going to help me find a contact, find
Yeah.
a resource, and let me
That's
bounce some ideas off of him,
mm-hmm.
or encourage me,
Yeah.
or, hold me accountable if
Exactly.
necessary.
Yes. Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
don't need 10 people to do that for you.
No. And to her point, I think that people they jump to being this mentor, right? To have that title because it has this esteem to it.
Actually.
Yeah, exactly. But they don't jump at trying to support you to get to the next level. So now you have 10 mentors and none of them do anything for you. You
Yeah.
know, they don't support you. They're not a
They're just
resource
a line on their CV.
there, you know? Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So shout out to Felicia for starting that conversation and the work that she's doing at Black Ambition Prize and
Yeah.
beyond. If you all do not know about her, please look her up. Do
Yeah.
your Googles, go on Instagram. She's really, again, we talked about some of the women in the business of who's trying to, you know, find resources and funding for Black emerging brands, designers,
Yeah.
etc. She's one of them that's leading the charge. So
Yeah.
please do your due diligence, okay, friends?
So tell them what the
And,
girl please is on that, though.
honey, the girl, that's a bit on a scale of girl, please, honey, girl,
Ma'am,
girl, please,
it's really just,
please,
don't even
please,
fix your mouth to say mentor to me no more.
please, stop. That's it.
You better get somebody else to do
Get somebody
it.
else.
Okay.
And you know what else I want somebody to get somebody else to do?
What's
On
that?
TikTok, honey.
Oh,
So my girl Faith Montoya, plus size model,
okay.
beautiful, gorgeous model and influencer. She's been dating her boyfriend for a little while now.
Okay.
It was National Girlfriend Day maybe a couple of weeks ago, right? So he did this
Okay.
cute little post like enjoy National Girlfriend Day while you have it. So basically alluding to you'll be a wife soon, babes. Okay.
Oh, this is his
Yeah.
post to her.
Yes, his post to her.
Okay.
Well, someone took it upon themselves to
Okay.
stitch. I know you don't know TikTok that much, but
No, so
so
yeah.
he's so you can stitch the video basically like when the person is in front of
Okay,
whatever
I'm,
the
I'm
video.
familiar with that. I'm
Yes,
familiar
yes,
with
yes. So he did that and he basically said that plus size women are an investment. You know, they're basically you only date them because they invest in you. And it's this narrative that they pay for your life. And, they cook, they clean, they do all the things. And straight size girls don't do that. So you should invest in being with the plus size girl because she'll be your mother. Yeah, so that's a girl, please, to me.
Get somebody else to do it. You need to get whoever you are, Mr. Womanless. Please.
That part. And so I loved it because Black men were coming to her defense like, baby, one, she's beautiful whether she's plus size or not. And two, you probably couldn't even get her on your best day.
It's always some dusty, crusty Negro.
Okay.
Inserting himself in the matters of the people who have things you could never.
Absolutely. And when
I don't even know what you look like, sir, or what you got going on. It's a girl please on you.
Girl please on you.
Stitch that.
Yes, stitch that. And also, baby, it's 2024. Let's expand. Like, let's open our minds. Please, whatever.
But what we really need to do in 2024 is take away some of these platforms from these people.
Ban him.
What you got a TikTok for?
To talk about
TikTok.
To talk about literal trash.
You're a disgrace.
Honey. But anyway, so let's talk about Naomi and Anna, honey, because when we talk about fashion being messy, this is what we talk about, friends. And this is what we love.
Ma'am. Okay, so Harlem's Fashion Row was having an awards ceremony. Yeah. They invited Anna Wintour to present an award to Naomi. Mm-hmm. But Miss Campbell was running late.
Yes.
So Miss Wintour took it upon herself to still get on stage at her appointed time to still present the thing that they asked her to be here for. Mm-hmm. And she wanted everybody to know that Miss Campbell was late. And so she said, this woman is always late. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to do what I said I was here to do at the time I was told to do it. Because everybody know what time Anna Wintour go to bed. And what you was not going to do is hold her up from that. Okay, so she did her thing. And then Naomi arrives. Obviously, somebody else had to come and present her award to her because she's here now, which was Samira Nasser. And she had heard through the grapevine with what Miss Wintour had to say, and she ain't like that.
Of course not.
So she took it upon herself to use her podium to respond, to clap back. And she said, well, I would rather it come from this than that woman. What did she say?
Something to that effect, but to be honest,
basically, Anna, baby, please.
Yeah.
Please. I'm Naomi Campbell. We don't. Okay, please.
Okay. Listen. But it's so funny because, Naomi is on the cover of Harper's Bazaar.
Yes.
And I was reading the article while I was on the plane coming back from DC.
Yes.
And it said that in there, like, it was so hard scheduling this interview because, she's here, she's there, she's everywhere, she's never on time. And all this
mother of two small children.
Exactly. But it's like, also, she's Naomi Campbell. She's a legend.
Literally.
She has so much happening. Like, let's give it a little grace, friends.
And so what? If she's a little late.
Who cares? Right.
She can It's a girl please on you, see, because it's been a girl please on you for a long time. Don't come to the Black function and getting all out of pocket.
Yeah. You did. It was just
that was incorrect.
And the fact that she's doing that in front of that crowd is so funny to me.
Okay, well, as always, Miss Campbell got the last laugh.
Always, and we love that. And
hilarious to me. I love me some fashion tea,
honey. Girl,
compared to everybody involved, Anna Wintour is iconic in her own right. I mean, we're not gonna act like she's not, but you be ruffling some feathers sometimes.
Maybe it was the battle of the icons, okay?
And it was, and it was like.
But on that, it was like, girl, please relax. If
Like,
you went
come
bed at
on,
9:30, what's 30 minutes later? Relax, honey.
girl.
You're gonna be able to take that hair off in a
Your
second.
car is still outside waiting for you.
Honey, listen. You're gonna be able to go and review the book. It's all right. Don't worry.
It's really just too funny.
Mm,
Naomi didn't like it.
at all. So
Okay.
yes, but in other news, Miss Willa Bennett, okay, and we've talked about her in the past,
Yes.
is now moving over to
But
Cosmo.
tell the girls who she
Oh,
is.
I was in there. I was in there. I was in
Oh,
there.
okay.
Yes, yes, yes. She's moving over to Cosmo in 17 from High Snobiety, my
Okay.
old place to work.
Yes. Editor in chief move.
Editor in chief. And so now she'll be leading all things editorial at
Okay.
Cosmo and
Okay.
17.
Okay, so it's a double appointment. Okay, okay, okay.
Yes, it's both. Interesting. Very
I
interesting.
didn't know that 17 was still around.
17 is.
Okay,
Um,
okay. Do the
yeah.
17-year-olds read 17?
And you know what? It's so funny because growing up, I loved 17.
I absolutely
Like,
read 17.
loved it. But you know what made me like it though was when they had that show. What was the show that they had? And it was behind the scenes with the editor of the time or something to that effect.
Oh, you're not talking about
What was
the
it?
one that was a spinoff of Laguna Beach?
No,
The
no, no, no.
Hills?
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna send it. But that was like,
The
oh,
Hills? Not the
no,
Hills.
no, no, no. It wasn't a show like that. It was
Okay,
like,
I watched all that too.
yeah, yeah, I did too.
I
Girl,
mean, I was glued
I,
because I needed to know what Lo and Lauren. I needed to know.
baby,
Ethan, I needed to know. I,
you don't get us started on that because we'll
okay,
be here
all
another
right.
2 minutes.
Okay.
But yes, but anyway, so she's going over there, and let me tell y'all something, okay? I just feel like this is our moment to tell Miss Willa Bennett if she ever watches. This
Okay.
raises her desk.
Willa
Girl,
girl, look,
please,
listen.
please, please, please make Cosmo cool again.
Okay, girl, because I cannot take another quiz about my vagina.
Babe,
That's all that be in that book.
the
It.
book is boring now. I'm tired of it. Please. And you know what's crazy? Because they really have some really cool folks that work at Cosmo, right?
Okay.
That literally to me are the epitome of the Cosmo girl, right? So
Okay,
I'm
well, what do you think the Cosmo girl is in 2024?
honey, well, I think she's what we just talked about. She's multi-passionate, she's
Okay.
multi-hyphenate. She lives in these cities, that are the 2024 girl understands that she doesn't have to only live in New York or LA or
Right.
some of these larger cities to make a name for herself. She can
Right.
be in the Oklahomas of the world and,
Yeah.
in the Houstons and things of that nature and still
Yeah.
be groundbreaking and chic,
Okay.
stylish and sleek and all these things.
Right.
I think now the Cosmo woman has evolved, right? And
Does
so,
she still read
but then
magazines like that?
she could, if it was cool.
But this is what I'm getting at though. But does she, because we're always interested. We're magazine girls down through and through.
Right,
Like we
right,
love magazines. And really we take the opportunities to have these sorts of conversations because honestly, there are so many things that we want to see in
right,
magazines because we still want to subscribe to them and buy them in the store and read them on airplanes
right.
and one day have our own. Honestly, y'all
Exactly.
stick around because you're going to be subscribing to that.
It'll be there. Okay.
Okay, so what we're trying to do is work out what that looks like now and who is that girl and are we speaking to her? Because yours is a please make it cool. Mine is a girl, please give me what I want to see. You
Well,
know
yeah,
what I mean?
make
Like,
it cool and give me what I want to see
as
because
a Black woman
yeah,
who's multi passionate, multi hyphenate, living in or having some sort of situation business wise or other in those cities like Houston, like Atlanta, going and having presence in, I don't know, North Carolina,
right.
Detroit. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like, yeah, like there are a lot of Black women that
Right,
they
being these
embody that. And see, we are very passionate, multi-passionate about Black women.
yes.
And we need, a glossy that speaks to us on the go like that. Like, it's kind of like, no shade, but like what you really are yearning for from Essence.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because I just don't think, and this is, I don't know that Essence gives me that. Do you feel
So
that way?
it's so funny because years ago, and I never forget this conversation, I overheard some ladies talking, and of course me eavesdropping.
Okay.
They said, like, white women are able to experience, in magazine world, they're able to get Cosmo. They're able to go through like Teen Vogue, 17 to Cosmo. Like they can grow up with
Yeah,
some of these,
there's a journey.
publications. We get Essence, right? And it
Yeah.
sticks with us throughout our entire life, which isn't a
Well,
bad
that's
thing.
bad.
But to your point of, we don't have
What do
necessarily
we
young
elevate
people
into
elevates beyond it,
or
or,
graduate?
right, what do we graduate to,
Yeah.
So yes, I would want Cosmo to kind of be that for all of us. I feel like it should be for the cosmopolitan woman.
How do you feel about one magazine though being for everybody? Like, is that really realistic? Like,
It's
can there
not,
just like,
but the solution is this, okay? Let me just tell y'all. Go ahead and make me the editor in chief,
okay,
and then we can just work this on out. Because see, we've had this conversation before, and it's no shade to the editor girls. Love y'all down, work with y'all
no,
up.
we love all of y'all. We read
Love
y'all
journey.
and we follow you on Instagram. Like, please.
But I do think there's room for alternative perspectives. Again, like just
Alternative
because
editions.
exactly. Just because you don't sit on the editorial side of the magazine as a writer
Yeah.
does not mean you don't have a journalistic perspective
Well, that's
to
fact.
bring, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it's a good marriage. We should be able to sit at the table with everyone to build out these magazines. And I really think that's what Cosmo needs because, like I said, they have so many cool girls that I follow, right? That I'm just like, come on, baby, you are it.
Well, you'll
So
have to give me
maybe
hip
doesn't
because
translate, you know?
you'll have to give me hip. I mean, I honestly haven't read Cosmo in so long, and I think we're different types of magazine girls too, right? Like you're very much into the lifestyle side of things. I'm very much into the editorial fantasy side of things.
Yes.
Like I want to see the person that don't even exist yet. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But I do also feel like realistically, women like me are interested in that.
Right.
We also probably have to lean into that so much because the lifestyle piece doesn't really speak to us.
Exactly. And that's the missing factor for me. So for the girls that when you open the magazine, it took you to a fantasy, a fairy tale, a alternative lifestyle for you outside
Yeah.
of what you were used to. What are you getting? And so mind you, weaved into the editorial because that also helps to inform the lifestyle. What
Yeah.
are we getting? What are we getting? So
Well, Miss Willa girl, we're looking out. We really want and hope that your version of Cosmo will speak to Black women like us.
yes. To Black women, to other kinds of like there's so many identifiers as
I'm
women,
still on the fence
right?
that I'm still on the fence though about one magazine being
I don't
able
think
to
it has to be one, right? But I
well,
do
well, we're talking about Cosmo, right? So can
right.
Cosmo really talk to all of these women? Because that's why I feel like they have defaulted to here's your horoscope and take this vagina quiz.
Li-
Honestly.
It's crazy. Yeah, no, I don't think it's one magazine, but I do think that it could be a magazine that we all are like, oh yeah, dude, I read Cosmo this week. Whatever,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we also have our others, but we have that one that like blends us all together.
Well,
Like
if there was one thing that Cosmo could provide you, what would it be?
I just think that lifestyle piece.
But like what? Like a story time from a woman that you might have like an
Yeah, I
interview
think like
or
a day in the life of whoever, right? Or let's go behind the scenes at the atelier with whoever.
is
Or
there another magazine that does that?
yes, I think there's plenty of magazines that do that, right? But I think if we are talking about like the cosmopolitan woman, I want to see more of what in 2024 does she look like, and even seeing some more emerging faces. So like Candice Marie, right? Who we talk
Mhm.
about often, would be a great person.
Probably been in Cosmo, honestly.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah, but would be to me a perfect example of the Cosmo woman of 2024. And like
You
l-
know what? I feel like maybe the closest thing we have to that right now would be maybe the cut.
I was thinking the cut. I was literally in my head like we have the cut.
Maybe the cut. Because I do think that the cut
And I love the cut. So,
does
yeah,
a good job of running the gamut of women.
right. Right.
There's always something interesting in there. I mean, I feel like I read an article recently about an escort's perspective of sleeping with
Oh, girl,
married
I
women.
read that. I read that too. They do one about like prostitutes. They have one about like orgasms.
Well,
Like
I just love a good prostitute story. Shout out
honey,
to Soft White Underbelly. Okay.
listen, I do too, but yeah, the cut is yes, I do think that's what we've graduated to. I've never read the cut more in my life than when Lindsay Peoples got there.
Oh,
So
see,
shout out to
I'm
that
OG with the
too.
cut back in the blog days.
I read it then, but again to that point
And
of
I loved it back then
the
too.
graduation. You get what
But
I'm saying?
right. Yeah.
So now I'm older. I can relate to some of the stories. I'm like, oh girl, yes, my
And
back.
I love the fashion in there too. I mean, Jessica
Yes.
Williams is so
And
good.
to know the see, and two now as an adult, when you know the writers, you have
Yeah.
relationships with the folks whose
Yeah.
names are in these magazines,
Yeah.
things, it's like, ooh, it makes it even more just exciting to read and to,
Yeah.
play along with. Um
Okay. We could go on and on about that.
yes. But yes, so friends, obviously we want to hear from you, right? We've been saying that.
What
Please get into the
magazines
comments.
what
The
magazines are y'all reading?
honey, we want to know the comments, the DMs. Listen, even our email. We want to know. We want to talk to y'all. We want to interact. This is
And
a
we told y'all
community,
last week to email us.
and y'all didn't because the emails are still dry. So what we got to do?
Y'all mad stubborn and we don't like that.
At all. But make sure y'all follow us on social at It's Giving Girl Please on YouTube. It's Giving Girl Please.
Like,
Like,
comment, and
subscribe,
subscribe.
leave a comment. Yes, all the things. And we'll be back next week for episode 13 where we will be because y'all see I can't talk today. We talking about Fashion Week. So again, tell us what
Yes.
you want to see, right? We're your favorite fashion girls. Okay, we have a lot of perspectives, things to talk about.
Oh
What
yeah.
kind of
And
content?
we're gonna give it to y'all raw and uncut too.
Okay. Come on, come watch a show with us. Like, what do y'all want? Okay. What do y'all want to see? But,
If y'all get cute next week and come on and watch the show with
honey,
us.
and grab y'all a cosmopolitan.
It's Fashion Month.
Yes, it's fashion month. Well, we're excited. Well, it has been fun, friend. This was super cute talking about
Oh,
multi fashions and all the things. It's been cool. Girl, please. See you later.